All right. Okay. We're supposedly live, so. All right. Okay, I'm gonna hack together one of these chat room apps. I feel like I did this. I definitely did this before in like undergrad, but at a very, very reduced capacity. So what I have now is WebSockets hooked up with FastAPI. So I have basically exactly what they tell you on their little tutorial right here. And I modified it a little bit, added material CSS, made it look pretty and everything. So we can essentially do yeah. So it looks like that. Obviously I'm not gonna put it out like this. It's gonna definitely go actual UI changes. But for now I think we're gonna work on the back end first and then eventually get the front end looking pretty afterwards. So I can get rid of this actually, because that's what I did for the front end. I'm going to refer to this whiteboard. You guys can't see it, but I'll try and talk you through it as I go on. So, we need to get rid of MySQL because we're not going to be using that. We're going to be using MongoDB. So what I want to do is essentially create a Facebook-like messenger that's going to essentially function just like Facebook. And it already kind of looks like that, but I want to create it so that you have, oops, move that over. I want to create it so that you have users and that you have chat rooms, and the chat room is going to store the log, because as of now, if I was to open up another client, localhost, I am not keeping track of, oh, that's not it, 8,000. That's where we're running it. So if I open up another client, I should be in the same room, so I should see like the same comments here, but I don't. And in fact, even if like I try to update it, this is from the new room. You're gonna see it here, but you're not gonna see it here. So they're not like talking to each other. It's very much you alone in a room with yourself, which is kind of scary because that's where we're all at right now. So what I want to do is I want to create users, and then I want to create rooms, and then inside the rooms is where you're going to have all of the connect this way. Inside of the rooms are where you're going to store the messages. And to do that, for all the storage stuff, I'm going to be using MongoDB, and we're already using WebSockets. And I think the only thing I really have to do is hook up MongoDB and then create some front end views for all that. Because right now this is the only view that you'll see. It's just straight into the chat. We need to create forms for registration and creation of users and login afterwards. And then we need to create rooms, which is pretty easy. You can just create a room and name a room, I imagine. Oh, I probably had that. And then, yeah, we'll see how far we get with that. Later on, we could probably add some more security measures, like if a room's been just like abandoned for like the past week or so, we can get rid of it. Or if a room's been, like nobody talks in a room for the past week, we can remove that or delete it and delete all the logs. So let me think. All right, so we'll go, because I'm gonna be probably copying and pasting a lot of code from previous project because I hooked up MongoDB to that one. So, all right, let me think about exactly where we want to start. So we have these generic routes right here. This first one returns the template, and that's just when you log in, or when you first ping localhost 8000, and then the WebSocket. Oh, by the way, all the code is probably going to be on my GitHub after this if anybody wants to go through it. And then this is the WebSocket, which is being called by our ginormous template that we haven't broken up yet, but we will eventually. It's being called by send message. Essentially, JavaScript on the front end is going to, just raw JavaScript is going to call the WebSocket and create it, and then we're going to be sending messages through it, through the WebSocket. So, I want to get rid of templates because I don't want to worry about that just yet. I think app can hold the routes we need because we don't need too many routes. I don't think I'm going to go all architectural on this one, so we'll start with the user because users are, that makes sense, right? We'll start with the database connection actually. So this is me copying from my previous app. If I can go to database, MongoDB.py is what I want. So let's copy here, database. No, it's inside here. MongoDB.py. And we want to copy that into chat app. So MongoDB.py is going to be loading anytime soon now. Okay, so this one, let's see, we just have to adjust. I think all we have to do is adjust the config because I wrote it so that it's pretty customizable. And yeah, we could probably do local stuff since we're just hacking right now. So config in this repository will have MongoDB URL, max connections, and min connections. And you want to know what? I might just copy the config from the other chat because or the other app because I'm really lazy. Vir platform, vir core config. Move that here. And we'll just adjust the config and trim out some of the stuff we don't need. Alright, so these three. And we don't have to worry too much about that. Honestly, I think we can probably keep all of these because, yeah, the tokens, maybe report types can get out. The API prefix we'll probably need. Or you know what? No, we don't need that. It's very bare bones. But yeah, so we now have where MongoDB is all set up, and I already set that up previously. So it should be, there it is. I just have to create another database, and we'll call this database chat app because I'm so original. And then the first connection will be users. So the way that NoSQL works is that you have databases, and inside of those you have collections, and inside the collections you have documents, and the documents are basically your records inside of the database. So yeah. What's this? Updates. So chatapp.users will have all the documents in there. You would see documents if I updated, or if I uploaded users and whatnot. Okay. Let's see here. So I stopped that. Alright, so we have config set up. And then, yeah, secret key is, I don't care what that is just right now. MongoDB.py. Let's take a look at that. So we're all connected to the DB, and then there's all that. That makes sense, right? So, okay, yeah, so it's well formatted, I get it. Let's do run and then see what breaks. Actually, I don't think anything would break because I haven't even hooked up MongoDB just yet, so I wasn't even calling the MongoDB thing. Let me see how I did it in the previous iteration because I'm pretty sure. Oh, it's getDB. I know. And like when you start up and shut down FastAPI, that's when you. Yep. So app on event startup and app on event shutdown. is what you wanted. So there's connect to Mongo and close Mongo connections. So I can do that. And we're back in chat app on this one. Ooh, no, I don't think I can copy and paste like that. Okay. So we'll do it in this tab. A lot of copying and pasting so far just because I'm lazy. And I already wrote the code, so should be no reason to do this. Ah, yes, all my failed, or not failed, but in progress apps that I've never finished. Except for a few. If I open up app in chat app, I should have, yep. Now, connect to Mongo and then other ones. So those should be from your platform. Okay. No, it's config. We need app. So if I can, my computer is really slow right now. I'm gonna need like a new MacBook if I'm gonna stream and try and code. The streaming takes up so much CPU. My code doesn't take up anything. Or like Vim doesn't even take up anything. So what was I looking at again? Oh, where I was getting from connect to Mongo and close Mongo. Yeah, so those should be from the database connection. God, it's so slow. So if we go to app.py and then oh my God. Anybody seeing this? I wonder if that's going to show up on stream, like all that extra. Oh, yeah, it does. Nope, not you. Nope, not you again. I am stupid. P. Not what I wanted. From database, or no, MongoDB. So I'm gonna close this little thing right here. Maybe that'll be better. From MongoDB.py, I import, what do we have? Close and open Mongo connection, or connect to Mongo. And we can get rid of this base data because we don't do that. Oh, we don't need that. Yep. Nope. Okay, so that was a freaking ordeal because of how slow my computer gets right now. But now on startup, we'll be able to connect and oh, it works. I wanted to see if it solved itself. Oh, we're still in beer. We should probably get out of here and go back to the actual one. Let's do run and see how this works. Motor. I don't think I imported motor. Using a cached one. Okay, whatever. Let's try run again and see if it works. Oh, there's no known parent package. That's because I don't have. So this thing is really annoying because you see all these init.pys and there's never anything in there except for when there is. And it makes no sense to me still. So now we know that this is coming from the parent package. Let's open up the app.py again because I think I messed up on that too. I inputted from parent package for config, but not for, oh, I did it for MongoDB, but not for the whatchamacallits. Yeah. So the dot just means in the current directory. We have the MongoDB file. And let's see. Let's try it again. Oh. Run. Relative import with no known parent package. What do I have to do? Pip install. I didn't even do a setup.py. Like, how do I do this? Forget how this whole thing works. I think if you do config, no, not config. That's one thing. MongoDB review. I doubt this will work. If this doesn't work, then we have to like package it up with like a setup.py. It should be kind of annoying. Oh no, it does work. Hey, so don't even use the dot. Forget what I said before. You don't need that. So that connects to MongoDB. Now we create the models. So we want to create three models. We're doing users, rooms, and messages. Again, I'm looking over the whiteboard because that's where I have all my shit. So users just have username, hash password, and assault. I can get into exactly what those are as I'm writing them. But you want to, no, I have them in MySQL in the other app, so won't be able to do that. All right, so let's do models.py. We'll just keep everything in the same parent module right now. I can worry about refactoring the code later. So this is models.py, and then for this one, actually, I need to just take a peek at what it did in the previous project. If it ever opens. So we have, in the previous project, I put them under database. And these are all my models. So all I'm really interested in is the NoSQL MongoDB ones. DB. And I'm pretty sure we use Pedantic for it. Yeah. So you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I can get rid of you. Is there a PY? Because I'm going to be doing a lot of copying and pasting now. Operator. So you know what? Do this. We'll keep that. Another one. So there's a VR platform, and then we go up to our chat app. And we should have models just right in here. And we'll paste that into models, and then we'll go back to these other models. Again, the copy paste is real. Let's see here. Models, and then we'll just take a single model from here and just probably patient. It's probably the closest one we have. Computer is bugging out. Come on, nerd tree. Hey, keeps, at least it retained it. And then we'll just paste. Right? Because it'll work like that, right? It'll work, yeah. Okay. So that's that. Don't need you anymore. I'll probably exit out of this one. It's because there's so many tabs open with this anyways. So open up Vim again. This is one kind of tedious thing about the nerd tree extension that I have for Vim. It doesn't update if you create something in like another, or if like you create like a file, you have to like exit out of Vim and enter again for nerd tree to like get it in the directory. So models. Okay, we'll call this not patient, we'll call it user. Anybody microchipped? Okay, patient. We just need username, hash password, and then we'll keep that as a salt. And get rid of YouTube. And yeah, these will all be required fields. I'm like thinking, how am I going to do this in JavaScript? Because I haven't worked in JavaScript in a while now. That's going to be a nightmare. I don't think because the username is like the identifying one, I think, so we don't need to worry about that. Something really superficial. Unless, yeah, we could always do. Forgot. There's user and then there's user in DB, which is what FastAPI has in their little thing. So if I was to go to view your platform, what I should have done, I should have split screened this one here. So we got to go back to models and get the in DB one because that's the one that'll assign values dynamically. So patient in DB gets you the ID in line 60. Just have to wait for it to go there. Should have split screened it. Damn it. Would have been easier for me to get to that part of chat app. Models, come on. Yeah. Don't work, no. So there is user in DB, and then that's where we assign the ID. The ID is just going to be an auto-generated, I think it's like a 32-bit hex string or something. Oh, we can call this user in DB. And it'll reference user because it's the base class is going to be the user class since it'll have the username salt and hash password on top of assigning it the ID. At least that's what FastAPI says. Let me double check the NoSQL one. So here we have, what I hate is that it only tells you how to get the user and tells you nothing about how to like create users and everything. Because I think you're using Pedantic and then you're using Motor to do all of this. So the Motor is actually the ORM that you're going to be using to communicate with the database since you're not going to like, you're not directly querying MongoDB. Now, what is it yelling at me about? Oh, we might as well use datetime. Forgot what I used datetime for. Pretty sure I used it for another model. So the date created is what I used it for. Yank that. Bada bing, bada boom. Well, the date created, and that'll always be UTC now, just so we know when the user was created. I figured I'd just put that on every field, since it doesn't look like, I don't think the user's going to have to update themselves, so it's always going to be a created, and then I guess if you've been inactive for too long, or we haven't seen you, I don't know. There's another way of tracking it. Like last logged in time, something like that. That'd be something that I could add later. So now I just need to get rid of you. It's weird. Some weird stuff going on with my file explorer on the side. So I need to check basically how Motor handles this. Notice all the motorcycle things that pop up. Motor with FastAPI. Sure, something like that. Because I'm pretty sure that's exactly what it says. Pedantic is only used to model it, and then Motor is what I'm pretty sure you use in your controller to like actually manipulate the user objects. MongoDB with everybody's wants to know how to use MongoDB with FastAPI. I think Motor is like the universal answer that I got. I just need to find exactly how they do it. Nope, not you. Either Motor or Mongo Engine. Okay, Motor is what I want, and then I want to see how this works. And I'm not using it with Tornado, so there's that. So I want to see if I can figure this out. So you already created a client. It looks like good God. Okay. See if I can do models. No, I want. Just took that. Don't have to worry about that. Maybe the API layer has some of the controller stuff I might need. Let me just create these files, because I am copying a bunch of stuff over. So I'm going to need controllers. App.py is going to hold all the endpoints. So we got endpoints, we got controllers, and the controller is going to handle all the logic in the database. And then it pulls from the models, which pull from MongoDB, or they're going to embed into MongoDB in the controller. So the controller is essentially the epicenter of where everything's going to happen. Cool. So yeah, let's take I think we're getting ahead of ourselves trying to figure out how Motor works right now. We'll just work on figuring out the rest of these models. So the user's done. We'll create the room next, and then room in DB. I'll one day figure out exactly why this has to be like separate and whatnot. So the room is room name, I guess. I didn't put room name in the schema that I wrote on the whiteboard, but messages This I need to figure out I need a pedantic types. I just need to double check the docs on this one for how you would store a list of embedded. I think we're going to embed all the documents inside of rooms. And that's going to be, what's it going to be? Typing list is what it is, and I think it's taken from typing. Oh, that like takes up all these. So yep. So, yeah. So we can do an optional list. Can we do it? Yeah, they do optional, and then we'll do an optional typing.list for subtype constraints. So it looks like list is used a lot of places. One benefit of a field type, check of quality performance. Okay. Maybe there's pedantic types. It's constrained list. I'm like hoping to see an example or something down here for. It's a list of. It's a JSON, but it holds a list of ints. So. Okay. So I want to see if this is possible then. Have that equal to none. And then, because it should be list of users. Specifically, it should be a list of user in DB, should it not? Yeah, that's, I think, what we need. But I don't know if pedantic will let us do that. Messages. So I guess we should have done messages before this because it's members is what we were doing before. So optional, it's going to be roughly the same. It's going to be almost the exact same thing. Message in DB will be exactly what that is, and it'll be none. And then we'll have a pinged will be date time field, the default will be date time UTC now. Let's get as far as we can with this. Yeah, so I think anytime a message gets posted into a room, we'll update the room's last ping. Because the alternative would be if we were to grab messages from room and get the latest message. And I think that's, I feel like it'll be a lot to parse once the room gets, or once the message stream gets very long, I think. This way we do it in a request and then we can query it easier later on. And then room in DB is going to have ID and then date created. Now we'll keep all the in DBs for like that. We just have to change this really quickly. into room. And now we can work on messages. And I think we're going to put messages up here because messages is not defined yet. And messages will hold three things: user, the timestamp of the message, and content. Since, yeah, we'll keep messages immutable, so they won't be messages. And yeah, we'll have the ID and the date created. The date created actually makes sense for the timestamp, so we could just do this. Everything will be done by UTC now, or UTC time. Messages will have user, and that will be of type user in DB. And then, oh, members. I'm assuming that I also have this misspelled. Members. That's a good catch, at least. And then, yeah, we just need content, which is going to be a string. Yeah, we'll just keep that as str. It's a basic string, it'll be none. That's the default. Okay. And then, yeah. That. Okay. I think. Nope. Do we leave a white space at the end of this stupid thing? Trailing white space, and apparently Flake8 doesn't like that. Multiple spaces before an operator. You know, Black used to be able to fix this. Do we? Oh, what the heck is that? Oh, datetime dot UTC now is what we need. I was gonna say, why are there so many equal signs in there? And we don't use messages, we just have message. Okay. I think we got everything. Yeah. And then we can clean up the typing so we don't use dict frozen set sequence. Sequence. I don't think we use set tuple or union either. Just use list and optional, make it easy. Okay. Nothing should break. I mean, I don't even think we're calling on the models really. We're not constraining it to the models. So yeah, we don't expect anything to break there. Now we can take a look at motor and how it works, because I don't believe I implemented it fully in the other app. So let's see. See here. So I put it in controllers. That's where I would put any logic that was pertaining to that. And users logic. Create user, validate user. So this is working with SQL stuff, so I don't think, yeah, we didn't put any MotorIO stuff in there. So we're on our own with it, finally. No more copy paste. I think I'm actually going to need to exit out of here, and then re-enter because we just created controllers, and that's what we're using now. So I think we should go back to app.py, which is the top level one, and we'll take a look at some stuff. So I guess the first thing we want to do is app.post. We'll do a login route. Or no, we'll do a register. And I did forget. That you have to do a, no, hold on. I can just copy paste that again. We're not done copy pasting, folks. Okay. Here should have app in there, and app will have all that stuff. I'm going to split screen that. I never added, yeah, like I didn't add all this extra stuff that we could probably add later, like the cores middleware and whatnot. We're probably going to need to do that later anyways. Oh, you want to know what? It's not an app. It would be an API. And where did I put it? Where are we going? Oh, so I put it in endpoints. The user endpoint is what I'm looking for. So it looks like, yeah, this was all done with MySQL. So I just need to modify it for MongoDB. So these are the register requests and the login requests. And these will be real easy enough just so that we give the endpoint some structure, or the request some structure. And then it'll take a request, regis. Now the DB will have to be some kind of session, and it'll be dependent on some stuff. So I need to double check that again. So yeah, this won't really help too much. I need to figure out how to use this motor thing, because it looks like this is what is going to connect us to our MongoDB. So, come on. So we can probably, we need to take a look actually back into database, because I think there is the connect to Mongo, but then after we connect to Mongo, we need to have something, because I'm pretty sure I did that motor setup before. If we go to chat app, you know what? Yeah, let's go to chat app. And go to MongoDB. DB. DB, MongoDB, get NoSQL database. That's what we have. Because I think get NoSQL database will return async motor client.client. And then when you do connect, so client will be, okay. Client will just be, no SQL DB. Because we're already connected to it. One day I'll be able to find my cursor and it won't disappear for like 2 seconds. So now our client is the database, and it'll depend on, yeah. So now we have the client. So what it looks like is you can refer to this almost exactly like a dictionary is what it looks like. It seems pretty easy. So if you want to get the database, you just get the name of the database, which ours in this instance will be, hold on. Name is DB, and it'll be client. Mongo, not Mambo. That is a B. DB name will be the name of the database thing that we have. Where is it? Okay. It'll be called chat app. Is the name of the collection. Is the nomenclature used, I think, or no? Yeah, cool. MongoDB. This is just for the sake of config. We'll call it chap as what? Cool. So now we have the database set up, and what it will depend on. So, all right. So we have the register. Register. So yeah, I don't even know what type this is though. So I think what we got to do is actually play around with this a little bit. So the way that it was done, actually let me see exactly how this works. We'll just do a very basic rundown. Oh, there's no module name motor. Why is there no module name motor? It should be in here. I don't know why. I could have sworn I installed it. Maybe I'm just crazy. You may need to restart the kernel to use the updated packages. Would it work? No, yeah, it works. Cool. So now if we go back. And I'm pretty sure this is already where our localhost is. Motor.async has no attribute. Oh my god. I don't know how this is possible because it literally does. Like if I was to go to MongoDB, look at the exact thing that was used. db.client is that. That's connection to Mongo. MotorAsyncIO. Oh, I need to do that. That's what I need to do from MotorAsyncIO. And then we'll do the client thing again, and we just need to do this. Client dot chat app. Connection false. Great. What's wrong with it now? Like, I don't know why. I mean, there's no error, it's just the output. So what happens if I do DB? DB is going to show me the same thing. Getting a collection. DB dot, what is it? Users. Okay, so the database is this, and I just got the collection. The collection is users, and then collection.insert one of these, I guess. Sure. And that'll be a pending one. So I should see something pop up in users. A document pop up in users, ideally. Hey! That's something. So we know it works. We know it works. Oh boy. My room is going to start. Well, that's good. That was my first time connecting to it, though. Like actually testing it out and connecting it with Python and everything. It's good to know that it works. You just cleaned yesterday. I already know that it's starting the job. I need to stop. What do you mean it lost connection? So like, Apparently, yeah, it's just gonna run, and it's not gonna. Oh, boy. Realized I like didn't stretch in a while. All right, so come on. So DB is what is it exactly? I don't even know what DB will be a I have to remember exactly what kind of typing this is. Get NoSQL DB will return you a client, and the type of the client is async.io something, right? We lost that, but okay. So DB, it'll just depend on, it'll be of type MongoDB, and we'll import that. We'll just keep it easy enough. Yeah, we were in app.py. Right. I think this makes sense. Maybe depends on. So it gets NoSQL DB, I think. No, it should be. Yeah, no, I think it should depend on get NoSQL DB, and then. And then it'll return an async.io motor client. That's what it is. Come on. And we'll call this actually. So all this stuff that we just did over here kind of just is getting embedded into the request, so that now we don't need to do this. We can take DB and give it that. So database is going to be the client that's taken from get NoSQL DB, and then we get the collection. We'll call that collection, just for the sake of continuity. All right, so getting in collection, we're just gonna insert one after we do the register user. So when somebody registers a user, we're gonna put in username, password. Now we don't need the role enum because that was taken from before. Do I have base model here? I don't. down and get where did they get the base? It is from Bantech. I just need to double check. So, okay. This is probably where I would want to put controller logic, but for the sake of continuity and just, I'll refactor it later. So, we'll do username is equal to class dot username, and then the hashing of the password. That's going to be something fun. Where did I do that? I put that in controllers. So yeah, we could probably copy paste that same exact thing. So yeah, when you create the user, hashing the password. Honestly, I might as well just hook it up to the controllers now because it looks like these are just going to be the usual. Now I can go into controllers.py. But we're going to do some slightly different things now. So I think, yeah, with NoSQL, it's just a dictionary. So you can create user.username, salt, hash password, get rid of role enum, and then it'll just return the user object that we want. Nothing more, nothing less. So all we really need is, yeah, username, salt, hash password, and then I think where we're going to send it in. We send it in the request, and afterwards, I'm pretty sure it's just collection insert one. User. And then the way you do it is usually just return. So the collection insert one is probably a future method. So yeah, the do insert is, that's an await. So the response will be an await, and then result.inserted ID. Now, what I don't understand is the insert, the user in DB is going to be a different one, I think. Because, so we're in the collection, and we want to insert a user. How do I do it in this one? Oh, the users collection. Stupid thing. Okay, so this is not the collection. This will be, my nomenclature got screwed up. So chat app is the collection. users is a collection. No, hold on. I'm confused. So the collection, and then if we want to get the users, we'll call it something like user doc will be collection dot user. Just need to double check this. db.testCollection insert one is a group of documents. Okay, so the collection is a group of documents. So DB, so get NoSQL DB, it's a client. The client will get the collection the user collection, basically, is what we want, right? So that being said, oh, woohoo. Did we go offline? I think we're off. Oh, no, we're not. Cool. My browser was just screwy. Yeah, I'm gonna get a new PC. Probably just for this. Because I'm getting driven mad right now. Makes sense. User collection. Wait. So the client is that async.io motor client, and then client.test database first. So what I had before was right, I just named it wrong. It shouldn't be named collection, it should be named... Honestly, we could probably just do... We'll just call it the collection for now. And that'll be something that we can change later on. Collection insert one, user. And we'll return user ID will be so that should technically work. Took forever because the stupid thing is laggy and buggy, but need to see exact where my errors are. White space before this. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I feel like Flake and like, what is wrong with this? What do you mean unexpected? Oh. I am so stupid. I know Python, right? Cool. No. Oh, create user needs to be imported from our controllers. Create user. Cool. So now we created the backend where you can register a user. Took forever, but oh, and then async.io motor client needs to be imported from here. Get NoSQL DB is right here. What else? Oh, depends. I think that's a FastAPI thing. Let's see, is there anything else missing? MongoDB collection needs to be imported from DB collection. Which I need to rename anyways. Yeah, after that, it should work. And we'll try it out with Insomnia. Cool. So that's like one facet of users finished. I think it's just going to be create a user and log in the user. So we'll just do the login, and that should be even easier. And then we can move on to messages and then rooms. Oh, wow. Okay, we can move that. These just experiments. Review. Wonder if I'm going to move it up. Oh, God. I feel like I'm going to overload my PC by all this. So we're doing that. It's going to say, I'm like, I don't even need to reference anything. That's a big fat lie. I'm just trying to save CPU. Oh, no. Oh. MongoDB collection is what the issue was. So it said it couldn't import that. Oops. I think I have it open somewhere then. Well, honestly, let's just rename it. MongoDB DB name. That should be easy enough. And we'll go to the app. Change this. Cool. So this started. Oh, what happened? Get NoSQL DB was never awaited. Could have sworn it was an async operation to begin with, and they were both. Yeah. Oh, I think it's just because I exited out of it abruptly. Maybe. I hope. Nope. This was okay. You need a double check this, because I remember getting this before. This is just an async error. Usually it's because something wasn't awaited, something that should have been. But on startup, we connect to Mongo, and we do await for all of them. Maybe something in MongoDB. It shouldn't be in there because everything should work. Yeah, when you connect to Mongo, it does that. So this should change something, right? Maybe. Huh. Oh. Get NoSQL DB, not the other one. So it wasn't the connecting or the closing, it was this, get NoSQL DB. So do I need to await this inside of depends? That'd be weird. Syntax error awaits outside the function. So would I make an async depends? I thought this was, oh god. This is definitely not right, but, and it's ugly as anything, but I don't think. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let me see what that guy did that had, because I remember looking at this guy's GitHub. With how he did it. I need to see how he set up his endpoints. It'll be inside app. If you wondered where, no, I didn't use this this structure for the latest one. This is for, yeah, endpoints. So I wonder if he did. So he puts the user in there. Actually, yeah, it should be a put for me. Depends get current user authorizer. Now that is, oh, let me go back, because that's the one thing I was looking for was down here. Get database. Where is get database from this? Async, oh, I need to define that as async, which I think I did. Almost positive I did. So I need to define this. Oh, do you want to know what it is? I made this mistake before. Depends does not take this. It doesn't take the function, it takes the reference to it or something. I don't remember. Okay. I just know that you don't put the parentheses in there, so. See if it works. Cool. Let's do a new request. This is my first time using Insomnia, can you tell? We'll call it that. No, I don't. Yes, it's a. This will be a. Well, we're going to change it to a put right now, because that's what it should be. And this will be a localhost. call it register. It'll be a put. Oh, there should have been a body on it. The body will be a, say, JSON. Keep it simple. Oh boy. I also need to double check this guy's thing because he actually does use the InDB, which is what I was looking for, where he puts the InDB model. So update user. Interesting. User in update, user in response. Yeah, he uses a lot of these, but he doesn't use like an InDB. That's weird. That's fine. We'll worry about it afterwards. Username. Make that test for now. The heck. And if we do a password, I think that's all we need. Just username and password for registering. Yeah. We'll do a test. Cool. Oh, and we forgot to add the register, I believe. Cool. And it is a put request. And we'll see what fails. There it is. Must be encoded because it's Unicode. Okay. Before hashing. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what to do. It's just the .encode method, but I just want to be sure. .encode UTF-8. Pretty sure that's what it said. Let's see if this can be a quick fix. Controllers. Do our hashing function. I want to say that encode is just part of the library, so it should work. For the sake of clarity. Not subscriptable, so this is like an actual thing, so you have to do this. Just make sure that it started up. Connected, and now we're going to try it again. Can't concat string to bytes. Oh, they're all in bytes. Where am I? Here we go. I thought it was salt. So I feel like after each of these, until this restarts. I think I'll probably hop off after this and then continue after I eat. I just want to get register working. That's it. Has no attribute username. That's interesting. Because I'm literally looking at a username right here. Oh. You want to know what? Wait. Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be that. And if it's that, if it's something as stupid as this, then I think it's going to tell me the same thing, most likely. I don't expect much. Yeah. Oh, no, hold on. Yep. So, yeah, I forgot about that with Python. It's weird like that. So if you're going to create a new field, it has to be a subscript, or yeah, like in a subscript way, not by like the dot notation. Which is a really weird thing I just noticed. Okay, so that's another error down. I'm going to try again. Vars must have a dict attribute. What do I have in SQL Alchemy that is in here? It shouldn't even be touched. Unless something goes on top of it. Yeah, it's just going to show internal server error. Where is this? Yeah, I don't even know where, because I don't use, okay, these are encoders, routing, Starlet. What did I do before? I was pulling my hair out with the same exact bug before. I just need to remember what it uses. It had to do with, maybe it was an app. Because, yeah, I mean, it gave me, it wasn't that exact error, it was something else. No, it was that exact error. Vars must have a dict attribute. What is that? I wish I remembered my errors. Same mistakes. Let's see if anything pops up for this. Async class method dependency. I think it was definitely something like that. Let's see if I can find that exact line. I think this will be better. So it was. This is puzzling now. So yeah, get NoSQLDB returns an async. Maybe I just need to take a look at the other stuff. So NoSQLDB. I don't think this is an issue, but it might not be, but it doesn't matter. This had to do with starlet routing. So I'm just going to go in my previous project and see if there's anything peculiar about my main method there. Yeah, I didn't do anything too different, right? What I could just do is add all the middleware stuff anyways. Yeah. Where is middleware cores? Just add that. Yeah, I think, yeah, the issue with it last time, I think I can remember, was that my on startup and shutdown methods were not properly formatted. Yeah, it was that. But that's not the case here. Because I have my startup and shutdown, they're all there. They're awaiting. I doubt it's this one, but let's see here. Maybe we just need to see the error again. Huh. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. Type error must have. This is that we're doing. Okay. I'm like trying to go through the stack trace, but it's all very unhelpful. SQL Alchemy safe. I don't even know that. I didn't even know it was using SQL Alchemy to begin with. I don't even want to be using it. This looks like it's just for encoding. This sucks. We're so close. Bummer. Like, I have the template, I have everything. Those are all fine. We're all awaiting for a bunch of stuff in the WebSocket. I'm not even using the WebSocket, it's just the register. I want to see something. It'll be in app.py. Tell me that it's open in another tab. Maybe not app.py, it'll be the depends in the API. Endpoints.
My mom make wings, and she wants to know how do you want us to make them?
I don't care.
Fryer, air fryer.
I don't care. Okay. I mean, it looks right. Both strings, nothing's an issue really. You call the method, run it, and that's it. Yeah, this must be just, I think this is like a brand new kind of thing. See that error again. Yeah, this is, yeah, very specific kind of error, it looks like. So what I see here is that okay. So if we do register users async, do we have to, I'm like curious, do we have to like do a wait for create user? even though create user is not an async method. It's going to give me a different error, but it's because of that. Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason for that. I mean, no, this is await no matter what. Maybe it's the fact that we tried to do this. I doubt it. It's probably going to be the same exact thing. That is difficult. Object ID. Object is not iterable. Alright, so I'm probably going to hop off because this looks like it's just got me stuck. And from all I can tell, this is probably around like the last. This isn't even like a stupid error. It's like a. Actually, it probably is a stupid error. It just looks really confusing. This one. This is the issue that I should be searching for somewhere. But yeah. Here it is. Better error message. Actually, let me check something, because this might offer us some. Oh my god. So that's like a good consolation prize now, I guess. So while we get that error, we can see that everything's been uploaded into the server. So the request works. It's just, afterwards is where it like poops the bed probably. I think response is probably where that might be. That might actually be it. Maybe get rid of this. Just have a random string output instead. And then I'll probably hash out exactly what I should be returning, or the proper way to return an ID out of an async. So that works. Should work. Yeah, so we get success. It was definitely just that stupid response thing. I think, you know what I might have to do? Is now I'm just going to do it on a hunch. Instead of return, it should be yield, maybe? And it'll be response.inserted ID. We're going to see if this will change anything. Nope. That was worth a shot. You know what? Maybe if I just return response, maybe that'll do something. I just have a couple of ideas, like last-ditch ideas. Okay, so that startup. Let's see if we can register. Oh, nuts. Yeah, so that's the error. I just need to find out how to return an async response, which is very weird. It was never this difficult in JavaScript. Maybe if I just return response. Doesn't sound good. One result is object is not iterable. What does that even mean? Oh, it's the object that this is. Var's argument must have a dictionary attribute. So this really comes down to motor then. If we go into motor, we can see exactly what gets returned in result. Actually, I think we had it in IPython. We saw exactly what it looked like. I have to like redo all that stuff. It shouldn't be too bad. If it'll start up. Nope, not motor. Damn it. No. Where is it? MotorAsyncIO. It needs to be from. That's what it was. Client would be that. Chat app. And then, sorry. Collection, oh, I didn't do collection equals db.user collection. And after you insert one, that's what we get. We get a future. So can we do? I'm pretty sure we can't do that unless you do. Huh. Acknowledged insert ID dot value, maybe? Or you just make it a string. Wait, what was that? What did it show? Binary from date time generation time is valid. No, it's like actually converting it to binary. So if we do str, maybe it'll cast it. So the issue is I knew I'd get it at some point. This close to giving up. So if we just do something like that. Yeah, the formatting should fix that, and then we exit out of here. Just in time to try it out. Alright. Everything works. I just need to return the user ID. Boom. Cool. So I'm gonna get off. I'm probably gonna hop back on in a couple hours and then figure out the rest of this, considering now we at least have the blueprint of how to work with AsyncIO and how FastAPI handles all these requests. Because I think all we really need to do is set up the login route, and then after we do that, we can set up the creation, and then yeah, we'll do the creation of rooms and the creation of messages. That's pretty much it. Cool. So yeah, I'm going to refer to the whiteboard again just so we have an overview. So what we have right now is going to be, or what we have right now is basically a way to register users, and it's only backend stuff for now. So we have a way to register users. We're going to still work on the login. That'll just be to get the users back into their sessions. Afterwards, we're going to look at creating rooms, which is easy enough. That's just a simple insert into the database. And now we know exactly how this whole thing works. So we can create rooms, and then we need to also be able to choose rooms, so we'll just get all rooms and we'll list that out, return the list from that. Then, so that's like 2 endpoints on top of login. And then yeah, get the messages from the room. I think that'll be fine once you have the room itself, since the messages are going to be embedded. That should be easy enough. And then append, appending messages to a room, which should be easy enough. Cool. And then yeah, I think the one security measure is just to remove the user from the room afterwards. So that's like 6 endpoints that we still got to create. But yeah, this was definitely the hardest part, just figuring out how these endpoints work in FastAPI, because I have not used it at all. Obviously, except for that other prototype project. But cool. So I'm going to hop off. See y'all soon.